In the whole world, academic knowledge somebody studies up to 10th class or 12th class, 95% knowledge is based, except the language skill, plus the basic science knowledge which you have like mathematics. Then why people are being taught all this? I cannot say it's waste. But then, today when I listen back, when somebody says Arya, I have learned somewhere in history, therefore I am able to connect. So for me, 95% of my knowledge is useful. Correct? But common people who are not into this profession of teaching or such activity, for them, 95% of the knowledge is waste. Now assume that there is a teacher who is teaching social science in her life. 80 to 90% of her knowledge in all the other subject is waste, because she never speaks biology. She never speaks mathematics. No other subjects, So it's wasteful. The Papatan's wife is a Hindi teacher for the Christo and all that, his son. Right? Papatan and his wife used to go to Bangalore and stay there. The servant maid speaks Hindi, but Papatan's wife cannot even speak one word Hindi. She is a Hindi teacher. I am recording it. I put on to YouTube. Now he keeps saying. That is because speaking Hindi is different from teaching Hindi. Speaking English is different from teaching English. Got it? There are a lot of people who can teach English, but they can't speak English. There are a lot of people who can teach Hindi, but they don't speak Hindi. That's a problem. So knowledge, language, subject, everything is essential, but you must use it at the right step. Again, wisdom. See, every information what you get in textbook is called data. That's only data. When you analyze it, judge it, interpret it, criticize it, compare it, that becomes your information. And that information, when you consume, that becomes your knowledge. That's called vidya. In that you add your value, wisdom, and then your culture. That becomes savidya.
English?
There is no English for savidya. Best knowledge you can say, purified knowledge. And that, savidya means very good knowledge. Where you have viveka buddhi, I can discriminate between this and that, which is good, which is bad. I must know both, and that comparison knowledge, I should use it. That's called viveka buddhi. Where, when, how, what to say. Vivechanam is discrimination. Right? This cap is mine. But Muhammad Ali keeps trying it on his head, because he didn't have Vivechana buddhi. He doesn't know that he is not supposed to wear my cap. Suppose the seat I am sitting, somebody comes and sit here, he don't have Vivechana buddhi. You understood? So everybody has got a role to play. You shouldn't do that role. Understood? I carry water and keep it here. There were children who come and then drink it and put it back. That will be free bottle only later. The Vivechana buddhi is, you are not supposed to do it. That knowledge is called Vivechana buddhi. It's not discrimination. There is a discrimination. What is the discrimination? Discrimination is good. In what way? Don't you discriminate people?
Yeah.
Everywhere we discriminate people. But generally discrimination is considered as a wrong concept. It's not wrong. Teachers should have a place, students should have a place, priests should have a place. Correct? Government should have a place. Everybody has got a place. Obeying that, respecting that is discrimination. You have a discrimination among that, right? So that's called a discrimination. That is a buddhi, which your knowledge which you are applying. What is your knowledge? That knowledge is you have to respect this. Why? You are removing chappal someplace when you go. What is that? Respect. But you have different places where you can go with chappal, right? Everywhere you can go with chappal. There are places where you should not go without chappal. Without shoe you cannot go. You should have chappal. No, not permitted. Shoe only is permitted.
Yeah, factory.
There are a lot of places, right? Is it not Vivechana? Yes. You wear dress, some places you cannot go without dress, some place with dress only you should go. All these are rules, no? Now if you wear dhoti and go to swimming pool in puppet and get discrimination. Whereas ladies can wear only little bit dress and go move around everywhere. Right? So wearing dress becomes a discrimination. In one movie it is there. When somebody was going for a party, he wore a dress, dhoti. He said, no, your honor. He removed his dhoti and came with only underwear. Yeah, for respect. Her father only wears underwear all the time.
The shorts.
The shorts you see, underwear only. Indian ladies wear underwear. Indian people, ladies are supposed to wear 5 meters. American ladies only 20 centimeters. Correct. They love mathematics, algebra and geometry. Okay, next question. We will come back.
Normally people get very angry, so no.
You mean?
Some people.
Not normally, abnormally.
Yeah.
They get angry.
So how can we control that?
See, anger is an exhibit of your unhappiness. You are unhappy somewhere in your life. Right? When you are unhappy somewhere in your life, it could be physically unhappy. I don't like my nose. I don't like my hairstyle. I have got lot of dandruff, which irritates me every time. So what do? When I get irritated, somebody asks me, I get angry. Second one, I am not able to study like somebody else is studying. So intellectually you get disturbed. So when the intellectual disturbance comes, somebody asks me a question. Assume there is a bright student and I am not bright. She asks me something, some help. I say, go. I will not help you. Why? It is not because I can't help her. Say she will ask me water. No, I will not give you water. Why? Because she got first rank, I got second rank. The angry is because of the intellectual grudge. Third one is emotional.
How can we control it?
No, that's what I'm saying. I'll tell you that. First time we have to identify what is the reason. No? First you should look good.
You have to feel good.
Okay. Then when you look good, you know that. And you have to have your brain very good. What should you invest a lot of time learning everything around? You identify this is the reason, patch it up. Emotionally. Assume that I love somebody more and I don't love somebody else, they will have a grudge on me. Quite possible, no?
Yes.
You remember we were traveling in train once. We had Anusha. She looks like a 9th grade child. There was some other 12th grade child. She was looking at a BTech second year, third year. When we were traveling, I use always this, no? And that I have got the Patan dress like a Punjabi look. And we were talking in Hindi only because most of the time we converse in Hindi. So one fellow, he knows Hindi little bit. So he was telling, you are loving this younger child more, why not the elder one? First of all, he mistook that this is she is almost 5-6 years elder, but she mistook it. And then he mistook that I am these are two my daughters, one younger, right, and elder. And then he thought I am a Sardarji. Then we had some wonderful discussions, and after that I said, some question came, I answered in Malayalam. He got a shock. He said, how do you know Malayalam? Have you seen Punjabi House movie? They all speak Malayalam. No, I will also speak Malayalam. So it's somewhere you are unhappy. So it comes out. It could be somewhere. There is a best article which says, on saying please. What is the article? On saying please. Morning he had breakfast, but he asked wife, one more chapati. No? So wife said, why can't you say, please give me one more chapati? That is not our habit, no? I want one more. Like that only they'll say, right? So wife got angry. So since wife got angry when he came out, the car driver asked something. Then he shouted at him saying that, why can't you say please to me? Why are you not saying please? He went to the lift. The lift operator asked which floor you want to go. No? Why can't you ask which floor now with respect? Why are you not respecting me? So he got angry to the lift operator. Why? Because his wife got angry with him. He has to carry, whatever you have only you can give. So what is your mother gave you all the time? Anger. What is that traditionally we give? Eh? Your mother must have scolded you. Why your mother is scolding? Because she got traditionally from her parent whatever they got, they have to give to next generation, right? Correct or not? Yeah. Mudevi, Manduse. Why? Where this word came? Because their parents would have called them Mudevi, Mandus. Right? I have a guru. He don't know how to scold. So immediately what will come in mind? You understood? For them, eating payasam is what they know as the word which comes out is only that. He was my guru. So if somebody does some mistake, you payasam dinna, that's all they say. But somebody else who doesn't like shappi mukki malsham tinma bade, that's how they get. So your culture shows the anger.
And your solution is better you get mad.
See, then the third one is you have to be spiritually higher. One is physical, emotional, intellectual, then social. Assume that you are a person who are socially accepted. You cannot get angry. Because everybody will know. Assume that Modi gets angry. Pinarayi gets angry. Immediately everywhere the TV show fellow will show now. You and me can get angry. Nobody will show that on the TV. So Pinarayi has to control. Correct? Do you think Modi can get angry even though he feels angry? If he feels itching, can he do this? Huh? You can do all this, right? But if Modi does like this all the time, you see he does. He did many times like that. Assume that Modi in a program and he sits. You know what? The TV next day, whole TV will show doing like this. So even if he is itching, you should see a movie called Roman Holidays. The princess chapel was removed because she had some itching. So she was doing this and that chapel got removed. Do you think she can bend and then put the chapel? No, then she was struggling how to put. In between somebody came and then she has to move. So with one chapel and without one chapel she is walking like this. The whole trouble of the movie is that only. You don't have freedom when you grow up. Right? Assume that Amitabh Bachchan wanted to go for one in the way of the national highway somewhere, he stops the vehicle and then goes. Finished. But whereas me and you, nobody will have objection. No? So when you grow, you have a lot of restrictions. One of the restrictions is you cannot get angry. You cannot even cry. When my mother died, my sister could cry, but I couldn't cry. So ladies have more freedom than gents. When ladies cry, will somebody ask, you are a lady, why are you crying? Nobody will ask. But if a gent is crying, you are a gentleman, why are you crying? No. So who has more freedom? Girls have more freedom because you can cry whenever you want, right? When I scold you, you can cry. But when I scold, he cries, finished. He will hold. Then what will happen? That will become anger somewhere else. When the father calls, Mone engane into program. Does it not happen? It happens. We had a participant here, I scolded him, he went on the top floor and started shouting at his mother. I am hearing all this. I went, what happened? No, I want to go. I said, ask your mother to come and pick up. Mother called me in between, sent a message. Don't send him, he is a useless fellow, he makes all trouble. Most of your parents have given him a message. Why are you here and what are you doing? They have another memorandum with me. So what do I do? So every dose which I give, based on that only I am giving. Correct? So he was told to continue here. Mother said, no, nothing, don't worry sir, you do whatever you want. Don't send him back until the camp is over. Finished? So I got a nice freedom, no? Whatever anger I have where I cannot beat her, I will beat you. Because my anger has to come out, right? You understood what I'm saying? So it's all your spring actions, your pressure which is showing. You can be physically unhappy. Assume somebody is asking you time. Giving time, telling the time is not a problem, no?
Yes.
Is it a problem?
No.
But assume you want to run catch the train which is running and you are putting the luggage inside. Somebody is asking, tell me what is the time? Do you get angry or not? Eh? So is getting angry is your problem or that problem? Assume you have a severe headache or maybe cold. That time somebody asks you, sing a song, you know. Don't you get angry? and somebody gave you chapati which is like a rubber, which you are not able to tear it. That time somebody asked you, how is chapati? What do you say? Okay, now assume when somebody opens the door and then you are standing there, and while closing the door your finger goes inside. Assume it happens to be your brother, mother, somebody else. What do? You shout at them, right? Definitely you have a freedom. Assume that happens when Pinarayi Vijayan is going, you are the person closing the door, your hand goes inside. What do? Immediately Pinarayi Vijayan opens and anything happens? Perfectly alright. Don't you say this? Why? Because you have freedom, you are getting angry. You understood? I have freedom to get angry. So that is why I am getting angry. Suppose I scold somebody, because I have freedom to scold, I am scolding. You understood? So to whom you will get angry? You will get angry to professor? No. Principal, morning itself. What principal? Do you say like this? Yes sir. Yes sir. Everything is yes sir, right? But when your father says,
You will shout.
you will shout. Why? Because you have freedom. But realize, what is that you should realize? What is that you should realize? Read loud.
1.5. A general mind makeup of a person.
General mind makeup. General mind makeup of a man. That means I have a mind to make up myself. General mind makeup of a person. See, while reading, verb to pose is very, very important. Otherwise, you will have hang him, not leave him. Hang him, not leave him. Hang him, not leave him. Comma matters.
Yes.
Otherwise, you will be in comma. Yeah.
At 4 years, my daddy is great.
Correct, no? For all of you, daddy was great when you were 4 years old. Because every guest who came, daddy's friend only. Who is the famous person in the world?
Daddy.
My daddy. What is that? My daddy, right? Yeah, now?
At 6 years, my daddy knows everybody.
Correct?
At 10 years, my daddy is good, but he's short-tempered.
Yeah, he gets angry. Young children, no problem. But after some time, they will start beating, fighting, eating and all that will happen, right? You are not good, why are you doing? By the time you would have got another 2 children, that's another problem.
At 12 years, my daddy was very nice to me when I was young. At 14 years, my daddy is getting fastidious. At 16 years, my daddy is not in line with the current times.
Anger, crazy, cranky. Like that, no? Janardhan. There's only one person who can, the dialogue which Janardhan says, no? When he gets angry, he does, no? Nobody, no other actor does it.
At 18 years, my daddy is becoming increasingly cranky. Why do we think that?
Because your friends are more knowledgeable, friends knows much, you are influenced by your friends. And who is your enemy? Your daddy, papa, mama, everybody becomes your enemy.
At 20 years, oh, it's difficult to tolerate daddy. Wonder how mother puts up with him.
How is your mother tolerating your father? Yeah? That's what people think, correct? Otherwise also possible. Yeah, mother is more dangerous sometimes.
At 25 years, daddy is objecting to everything.
Yeah, by the time you got a boyfriend, father is objecting. So who is your enemy? The father becomes your enemy.
At 30 years, it's difficult to manage my son.
So by the time you got a child, the child is 2-3 years old. Now you find a difficulty in managing a small child.
I was so scared of my father when I was young.
But this boy is not scared of you. You never would have asked back, but the child is small itself will start asking you back.
At 40 years, daddy brought me up with so much discipline, even I should do the same.
Now you started becoming a real father and mother, right?
At 45 years, I am bluffed as to how my daddy brought up us.
It's surprised. I don't know how. Baffled.
At 50 years, my daddy faced so many hardships to bring us up. I'm unable to manage a single son. At 55 years, my daddy was so far sighted and planned so many
So far sighted. So far sighted. Somebody sighted him, he is going to get shooted now.
My daddy was so far sighted and
So far sighted.
So my daddy was so far sighted and planned so many things for us. He is one of his kind and unique.
He is one of his kind and unique. So how many years it takes to realize your papa?
55 years.
54 years. 1 year to starts with 1 year, 2 years. No, it takes one's life cycle is that. When you get a child, you know it's how difficult it is to get a child to grow up with all the qualities which your parents would have given to you. So what you should do? And Mahatma Gandhi gave a simple solution for this. What is your father's age? You get angry to papa and mama most of the time. That's the most freedom. Or your brother, or maybe sister. That's it, right? Imagine they are going to die next day, next moment. Imagine you are going to die next moment, next day. Do you get angry?
No.
That's why Mahatma Gandhi said, everyone around with you are associating, think that they are going to die immediately. So that you will become so much loving to them. Right? You don't know when who will die, no? Either we or somebody else. Especially when parents are above 40, they have BP, blood pressure. So because of you, their BP will go up. They will become paralytic one day. Assume you happen to be a reason for that. Will you feel happy in your life? Whole life will go on waste, no? So don't give pressure to anybody.
At 60 years.
And second one, now I know how to maintain this house. Do you think I should expect the same thing from Karthia?
No.
Her qualification, her background is different. My background, my qualification, my intention, my style is different. Correct? So when she does, she feels it's all clean, good. But for me, it may not be clean, but still I should accept it. Because I cannot do all that and I want somebody's help. So when somebody else does it, I accept it because I cannot be in their position, they cannot be in my position. So what am I doing? I am accepting them as they are. Got it? Your mother is not a bitak. Is she a bitak?
No.
So your mother, you are expecting your mother to behave in the style which you want when you are a bitak. So they have to be equally qualified, equally cultured, equally social, equally upper hand, which they will never become. So what you should do? Accept them as they are. Everybody should be accepted to the level which they are, so that it becomes happy for you. There is a reason for them to be like that. Accept it. When you accept people, then you will not have any anger to them. Why do you get angry? I expect that somebody else. I told I expect him. There may be a lot of children not good, but I will not scold them. But I expect from him what he is doing. I expect from him something. There are a lot of children who is coming to Iringalakuda. Why should I get angry when they don't meet me? But when he comes to my village without, assume that tomorrow he comes to Naduvil without meeting, he goes. And I am here sitting. Do you think I will feel happy about it? I will feel, why am I feeling? Because I have an expectation that this is how he returns back, no? Correct? So the expectation is what is making us angry. So what should I do next onwards? I don't expect from him. That's it. That's what we do. Fine? But you cannot do it to your closest relative. So you'll have to adjust. Yeah.
At 60 years, my daddy is great.
So it takes 54 years to realize the value of your
Father.
father. RRL.
So which is your favorite subject?
Favorite subject is LIFE.
Life.
Live in full enjoyment. Learn in full enjoyment. Okay? That's my. And I love your hairstyle after changing. I love everything. I love your gym key, but not to be stolen by your husband. Don't drink somebody's drinks. See the culture of Kerala. The most popular song today in Kerala is the father stealing mother's jimki and mother drinking stupidity to the extent where the culture of Kerala has been totally put into dustbin. If I get a chance to shoot him, if I ever get a license, first thing what I do is, such people who write such songs, I will kill them, murder them, chop them, mix them and then give it to Pinarayi Vijayan to drink and die. It's all getting recorded. And I will put it into YouTube also. I am not scared. You should ban people like that. That's the first thing what you should do. Ban people writing such slogans. What a culture, yeah. Even this is what the youngsters have to sing. The song says, father is a drunkard and mother has stolen father's whiskey bottle, correct? And father has stolen mother's jimki and sold it. And this is the most, and somebody does it on a piano or a guitar, jimki song has come on piano, another great award for him. Very stupid. Yeah.
While writing a poem, we start with a topic, but at the ending the topic will change.
Definitely it will change. Don't start. It's not a competition where somebody gives you a title, you start writing. We don't know which lines comes first. After some time the lines will go. Aniyunnadum Uriyeriyunnadum Vindumaniyunnadum Niye Devi. One line which came to me for a long time and it was there with me for 3 months. I couldn't write a poem. But these two lines were always making me, ding, 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 ding. But then I wrote it somewhere and left it there. Then it became a different poem. No relation with this at all. Aniyunnadum, Uri Eriyunnadum, Vindum Aniyunnadum. Most of the relationships are like this, right? You wear it sometime and then throw it. And then again after some time you feel this is better than the other. Correct? That's a relationship. So one line which came was haunting me for long. We don't know why it came and where it came, how it came and all, we don't know. So poems are like that. It just comes. It's a spontaneous overflow of emotions of people which comes into some line. And some days we get a picture. Another poetry which I wrote long back is Urakkam varayigayal Urakkathil avanai Swapnathil avanai cheralil Urakkam varayigayal Swapnathil avanai cheralil Urakkam varayigayal. I am not able to join with him in my dream because I am not getting sleep. Swapnathil avanai cheralil Urakkam varayigayal. Okay, then I am not able to join him with my dream in the sleep. What should I do? I should see him in my picture in my hand, right? Chitrathilengilum kanan sammadipila bashpavu. But when I see the picture, my tears are full. I am not able to see him in my daytime also. Neither day nor night I am not able to see him. But this disturbed me for long. And so far I couldn't write one line there or here. Only this line is with me. So it comes and it stays for some time. We don't know when it will come. But there are great poets like Ullur. We had a great poet. He used to sit in the morning. He will be taking bath, come and then take a paper and start writing. Poetry will come. For some people it's like they can easily write. And Ullur was such a great fellow. He could write. There are few people who will do that. There are few people who doesn't do that. I write most of the time all the poems which I wrote, that 100 ones, most of the time at midnight she will send me some topic and say write some poem in that. But that may not be the concept. It will end up in something else, but that will be one tag, one spark from that. It keeps happening. For each one it could be different. Coleridge used to write poetry with full drunk. Coleridge was a poet. He gets poetry only after he drinks. There are a lot of poets in Kerala. They can only get poetry after drinking. And they drink. Everybody approaches them. Drink. I had a person who was my associate who used to come and sit with me in Delhi. He used to help me in writing. I dictate, he writes. And every day I give him money to drink and come. When he drinks and comes, poetry will come. So I used to pay him money drink and come. I want to listen to your poems. So he can sing only when he is alcoholic. Right? It's all different. Different people are different. Kunjuni Master, what a great poet. Kullanai kirkanai jenichurunni njan enne kandoro bhagyavanmar kanathor mahabhagyavanmar. Those people who have seen me are luckier. So it looks he is egoistic, right? Next word is those who have not seen me are the luckiest. Right? Yeah. നീ എന്താ നിന്നിങ്ങനെ അടിക്കണേ? You know your starting was like this. You want to beat you or I want to? Okay.
The question is related to poems again. Like when you're given a topic, like when you're given a heading to start with, how do you bring up the ideas to it?
That's what yesterday I told you, no? Freedom. Gandhiji Keralathil. A beautiful example, no? What it? That's how you should. You think around it. Don't think in the style when somebody else will think. Then the poetry has no meaning. You must think entirely different. I told you, the accident. It's also like that. I'll tell you, I was sitting here. We have got a lot of millipedes. You know what's millipede? Yeah. It's a beautiful poem. What is that millipede poem here? I'll read that. Rhythm of Life. You know millipede, no? Millions of legs under the artham. And that's the time when that day morning I saw a millipede. I saw a paper in which I saw yoga practice in Delhi. When thousands of people stay, how many legs will be there? So many, right? And all of them do in the same style. Correct? So I wrote a poetry. What is that? Yeah? Millipede. Millipede. Now we must remember all these numbers. No? It's all compiled by my Betty. So she knows where what. So I just sat there. I saw something. Otherwise, if somebody gives you a millipede, will you be able to write a poetry? No, but instantaneously I saw the yoga practice picture, which was also, oh yeah, it looks same. This is millipede, this is thousand pede. That's it. Bird also have another meaning. Brainless. So 1,000 brainless people went there to do the monkey's job, you know. Read.
Relationship, millipede, meditation.
Millipede meditation. You know the millipede, when it goes, you can look at it. Have you seen aquariums in houses? When you look at it, it is like a meditation. Like millipede is also meditation. The tree leaves are meditation for you. You can keep looking at it. You are in silence. You are enjoying that, right? That can be a meditation. So this is millipede meditation.
Free mind as if in Himalayan meditation.
I am a Himalayan meditation master. I am the Shikshya of one Himalayan master. So he is no more. So I am also a Himalayan master now. Correct?
I was in Gnanam, all alone, winded in, un-yoga, came into casual thought.
UN Yoga.
UN Yoga.
UN Yoga declaration was there, no? It is not un-yoga. UN Yoga. UN is uppercase.
Yeah. India taught world how to be pliable. Asanas, leg twisted, strained over neck.
They do that, no? Leg twisted to train over.
Yeah.
I don't know why do they do this.
Stanness was for all on media show.
All media show only.
It was just being a spiral of knowledge, unheard and untrained on meditation.
Spiral of knowledge. You are getting ramped inside that, but without knowing anything out of it.
They stood in millions of sexy legs.
Correct, no? All the yoga people are in sexy legs.
Like a millipede, all in a leg move. But knowing not how to spiral self within.
You know the millipede, when you touch it spirals inside, right?
Unwinded, we all move in relationships.
Most of our relationships are like that. We cannot become Swayam Atma Nibantanam Sugam. He millipede na arenga touch it. When the millipede is touched, it knows how to wind ourselves. When somebody touches our ego, anger, we must wind up ourselves and then say that I don't know anything, I am not going to disturb at all. That is the meditation practice which you should have.
Over 1 million weeks goes in life. Creative is the making of lives on earth. No formation of people in queue alone could make the yoga practice fame. Life is to unwind, to move and protect.
Life is to unwind and move. When somebody touches, you should wind in yourself and then don't touch with anybody else.
Relationship is to give us company. Needed million legs to march ahead. Need none around if decided to be self. Being self is the protected self-winding. Millipede is scary always and winds. We have relations that keep us strong. Scary self-winding is never demanded.
So don't ask how is it written. Where is this idea from? It all sometime it comes and it gets. Yeah.
So how did you become a mentor?
Did I become a mentor?
It's like in books and all, it's like written life mentor.
See, that is what when all the titles are given by somebody. When you go for somewhere, they start introducing, they will write something that becomes our title. Nobody becomes a professor by himself, Somebody calls you as a professor, you become a professor. So how did I become? Because there are a lot of people who says, when we go for introduction, that's how they introduce. There are better titles which I cannot put because only few people called like that. Correct?
Sir.
Jagadish Srikumar ne ellarum endu vilikka? Ambili Chettan vilikka. Ambili ennu ezhudhan pattu ayanku. No, the whole world calls. If somebody called Mamuka, no problem for him. Somebody recently called Mamu uncle, he became angry. He said, don't call me uncle, I am not that old. Correct. So it's all title which somebody else gives. But then, okay, we know this is a better word to announce in some places, so we will make it today. So my card is not made by me, though some of them I make. She contributes most of the things. It's made by her, designed by her, printed and sponsored by her. Money is not mine, and delivered in my house. Got it? Book is also like that. So most of the time when we do something, there are a lot of beautiful writings by somebody else. I remember Vimala College Maya, one teacher was there, who was my wife's teacher, very senior lady. So she wrote a introduction. After the program I asked, please give that paper, I want that, because that time we were not recording. I said I want that because nobody wrote that well about me. Correct? So we treasure that. That's the only satisfaction which we have somewhere. So we treasure all that.
So while when we are reading, how to concentrate on that subject means if we are in the class, if we want to read any thing, many disturbance will be coming from outside also.
No. So you are asking, you are telling your problem.
Yeah.
Don't tell. We get a lot of you are saying. Why will not get?
No, how should I?
Yeah. Do you go for movie, cinema?
Yeah.
While seeing cinema, do you get disturbance?
Yeah. We'll get. There will be talking.
Your concentration goes. You don't understand the story.
Sir, in the case of theatre, it's okay. In the case of what we in our
Even in our house, there may be 100 of noises. I am sure if interesting movie, assume that you both, you and your boyfriend is walking in the busy street of Nagaram. Okay, there is a lot of noise around. When you talk, do you get lot of noise there? Bus honking, every noise is there, right? But still you are able to concentrate and then listen to whatever they say. How? Shraddha. What is that requirement? Shraddha. Shraddha comes from interest. Interest gives you Shraddha. Right? Interest is Talpiryam. That gives you Shraddha, concentration. Concentration gives you knowledge. Why are you not able to concentrate? Because you don't have interest in that. If you have interest, what do? That's why I told you, the person who was sitting there, he is in a hurry, he was running. But when he is sitting here, what he did? What do you do? You speak, I will look somewhere else. Correct? Only 1 minute. Put your mind there. Don't think anything else. Very, very essential. While eating, what should be your Shraddha? Food. What do? Here you will not concentrate. You will start thinking, what will be today dinner? And then while dinner, what do you think? Something was told, after the lunch session, there was some discussion which I forgot. Why you are forgetting? Because this time you are thinking about dinner. At dinner time, you think about what happened. So everything is lost. Interest in dinner is lost. Interest in class is also lost. Be present. What is the minimum requirement? Be in the present with the presence of mind. But there are some people. Your mother is making chapati. Doing chapati. Does it come round? When you make, Indian map will come. Africa will come. Sometime Australia will come. Why is it coming? Is it because you don't have Shraddha? Don't they see TV and do this? Don't they listen to somebody else and see? My son reads book. He'll be on laptop doing something and then listen to a music. She listens to music all the time. She will be chatting with me. She will do her homework. She will do her assignment. She will do office work. One window office work, one window assignment, one window examination, one window chat with me, one window listening to music. And in between, Papa will be feeding something that also she eats. Everyone can do this, but needs little bit of practice. But age this, not possible. So when I do something, if she says, no, don't disturb me, right? Have you seen somebody driving car? First time when the car is driven, somebody else make a tabla there and some part of the, hey, don't make noise, I am driving. Don't they do this? Why? Because you don't know driving. Do your mother say that, don't talk, I am making chapati, I have to make it round. If you talk, chapati will become different shape. While driving, why the car goes somewhere else when somebody talks? But if you are an expert driver, what do? You yours will start tabla on the correct steering. So it's your expertise. You don't have expertise in learning.
It's about practice.
Nobody gave you expertise in learning. Nobody gave. Suppose when I am listening to somebody, I full concentrate. The best method is what I said is write. Every word which comes, you keep writing. Right? For what? To tell somebody else what happened in the class. With this intention you sit, you will never fail. Second one, in most of the subjects which you learn in your engineering or in higher classes, 60% of the terminology you don't know. If somebody talks a topic which doesn't understand, assume I am talking to you now in English, the language which you understand. If I start talking in Malayalam, will you concentrate? So your electronics classes or maybe mechanical engineering classes or every class which students are sitting, many of the terminologies are not known to you. When the teacher says transistor, do you have the transistor in your manas? Do you know what transistor is? Diode, cathode, anode, resistance, transistor, gravity. Lot of words will come. Would you get this meaning as simple as you are getting a chapati and cutlet with you? No. The smell is there for the cutlet, you know the shape of the cutlet. All that came into your mind when I said chapati, right? But did you get the resistance, diode, cathode, those shapes in your manas? No. So somebody is talking a subject which is not in your brain, which is not in your knowledge. Therefore your concentration will be lost. It's not your problem. From basic time onwards, you have not developed your basic skill, the skill of learning. What is skill of learning? You prepare, yeah. Take all the topics. Assume that I wanted to read this book. There are a lot of one page which I take. Mark all the words which I don't understand the meaning. Even if you think you know, it is wrong sometimes. So get the right word, right? Then learn those words and then come back and read. That means you are getting the primary knowledge of reading this. Every chapter in the school days starts with what the students is supposed to know before starting this. The pre-requirements are kept, right? So do you have the pre-requirements with you? If you don't have, get it first, then only start. That's where you become a failure. This happens most of the time. Any meetings, people don't come prepared. Therefore, when they go to the meeting, they have no concentration. Enough, full level. Yeah.
So I want to ask about decision making. So after at some point, we need to make our own decisions, but we'll be confused like if it is right or not. I'll start with an example. For me coming to this camp, my father doesn't like. He's not talking to me now because I came to this camp. But somehow I know very well that this is good for me. But somehow he feels it's not safe for me to travel all alone and staying here all alone, because he never knew. I tried to explain him what's happening here and how the journey would be. Still he has his own presumptions. So I have this problem at this stage only, maybe for the past 2-3 years. Because earlier I used to trust that whatever is good for my parents, and like whatever is good for me, they know very well. So whatever they tell is good for me. But slowly I started having this conflict because my expectations of life are different and their expectations.
She is safeguarding. It's like a bodyguard for Prime Minister of India. The black cats will come. No? She is a black cat for daughter. Correct? Ante kada? Correct? So, there are some places where you will have to listen to parents. Assume that I say don't. What am I doing? I said don't come without your mother. If you can come, otherwise don't come. Do you think I will do that? Assume your parents have to come. They could come. Who says no? Correct. The decision is yours. Decision is yours. Now you are able to tell all this because you are grown up. What would have happened if you are in a small child? Don't you cry asking my father, please take me? Now you have grown up, you are thinking that you are individually, I can decide my decisions, right? But your parents will never think that you are a elderly person. When my mother died at my age of 42, first thing what I did was I telephoned and told my guru I lost my mother. Now you have become a individual. Until your mother dies, you are a child. So you should listen to your mother.
So in this situation, what should I do?
You should listen to your mother. Okay. Don't come. I don't recommend anybody to come without their parents' approval, without their consent. Correct? Why? Then what should I do? You cannot disown your parents because they are yours. I am not maybe that much concerned about you than your parents, but because of their background, they are not able to think in the way you are thinking or I am thinking. Fine. Otherwise, you should decide what you want to do and then don't ask this question from tomorrow. You have two options. Understood? The conflict should not be there. Who has conflict? Whether this way or that way, when you start thinking, you have conflict. Then you will go somewhere here. Then you think that this was better, you will come back and go here. Are you happy here? No. Are you happy here? No. So either you should become a Rakshasa or a Satvik. What do you want? See, Vivekananda, Ramakrishna, Sri Shankara, or maybe Madhavarda and the Mai, do you think they would have become them if they become obedient parent of a school teacher and a schoolmaster?
No, every time I remember Shankaracharya.
Shankaracharya convinced mother. Vivekananda left his house, became a sannyasi. Most of them do that, right? So you should have that guts. If you don't have that guts, what you should do? Adjust. Anyway, they will die after some time. No, you have still some more time. I will live for some more time. We can have camp that time. But what is the guarantee it will be there? Nothing is there. So at present, when you are here, that's why I keep saying there is only one method which I keep saying to all my children. When your parent says don't go, yes, but you go. You understood? When you go back, they come to know that you have gone. Sorry, I will never repeat the same thing again on that day. Add this word also on that day because that's gone anyway. That day you cannot redo it, right? Okay, sleep on their lap, hug them, kiss them, love them, say that no, I am your child. That's it.
I'm only worried about the pain they feel. They feel
That don't worry. Pain tablets are there. Which is the tablet?
Morphine.
Morphine. Carry some morphine, put them into daddy, very good, nice chai. There. Sleep, you will sleep, pain will go.
No, they get trouble.
See, there is no solution for this. I'll tell you. That is basically because India we have a social responsibility. We are a cultured society wherein which the society is bounded by our relationship. Yesterday, her mother called me and then said they are going for on 14th January. They are in Godavari, Shankaradi. I wish my daughter would have been there. See? Correct. I said, yeah, she is going to come. So now she is going. Going on only. Don't fix me. Got it? So she doesn't want to go because what she gets from there is more probably puliora, curd rice, which is not her taste. Her taste is maybe some more time with me where she can get some more knowledge, right? So you have to weigh what is good for them. For them, nice food is very good for them. For them, they want to go for a party. What is it you do? You have to compromise. I'll come for one party, but don't call me for many. Fine? Then you come if you want. You come for the camp. Sit there.
Currently I'm doing this, but sometimes I feel guilty. That
See, that's what I'm saying. When you have two paths, always this will happen. That's part of our life. Everybody cannot do this. That's part of everybody's life. See, assume that you are a politician tomorrow. You cannot balance your family life and politics. Fine? Assume you are a great officer. You are an officer who is in a state secretary level. That day your wife has got a dysentery, she is admitted in hospital. Do you think he can become an attendant there? Which is important? Duty. That is why all our traditional old idihasas, Puranas and all give you a lot of stories like this. Rama wanted to go to forest or not? You don't want to go. Correct? Sita wanted to go or not? No. But because Rama goes, who has to go? Sita said, I will also go. So who is responsible for Sita's problem? Rama is responsible. Why? Because he is a good husband and she is a good wife. All the trouble is because of good husband, right? Otherwise today it would have been diverse. Story would have been entirely different. No Ravana will be there. Correct? He would have been an MNC company officer where they will kidnap her to America and then marry there. All that could happen, right? Now, did Rama has to listen to wife or father?
Father.
No. After marriage, wife is important. Then why did he listen to father, not to wife? Because father was the king. So listening to father is not important. But listening to the king is important. So Rama did not listen to father. He would have argued to father. Definitely father was not there by the time he finished. Correct? But still he did it because it's a promise given to father is not there, but king is still the king, and tomorrow he has to become a king. Rama is supposed to become a king and everybody don't listen to him, saying you didn't listen to the king, then why you are insisting us to listen to the king? Don't we say this? Therefore the kingship is more important. Understood? That's what it says.
At some stage, Rama left Sita to the forest.
No, he didn't leave. No, that is because again he is a king. He had two options: either be a husband and go, or be a king and divorce wife. Because people say that she is not pure, so it is his responsibility to prove. So he wanted to prove that yes, you go, prove that you are clean. It's your responsibility now.
Oh,
And then come back.
King
See, same way it is there. When during the Mahabharata war, Dharmaputra is going to be the king. After the war, who is the king? Dharmaputra. But Dharmaputra did lot of mistakes because he killed a lot of his relatives, Guru, Pitamaha and all that. Who is responsible? Dharmaputra is. There is a character called Charvaka. Charvaka Maharshi comes and Charvaka is the critic. Charvaka is called a critic, Nirupaganmar. Charvaka comes and then asks Dharmaputra, How can you be called a Dharmaputra when you killed all these people? Is it the dharma which you are doing? Are you the purest person in the world? You are responsible for killing all of them. It is not that you should become king. You should go to Vanavasam. And he scolded. Dharmaputra became confused. Same conflict which Tata has. Whether to listen to this Charvaga or to listen to Lord Krishna, who says you are going to be the king, right? He went to Krishna and asked. Charvaga is telling that I did lot of mistakes. Yes, correct. You only did mistake. No, you are the leader of the group. Pancha Pandavas, you are the leader. You decided to fight. You decided to kill your grandfather. Killing grandfather is good or bad? Bad, no? How can you be Dharmaputra? Yes, you are not a Dharmaputra at all. Why? Then you only asked me. No, I never asked to kill anybody. I only asked you to fight war with the Kauravas. With the Kauravas, grandfather and teachers were there. That's not your problem. No? And what are you going to do now? I want to go for Vanavasa and then do tapas and then get rid of all the papa which I did. Even if you do penance for 7 years, next Janma, next Janma, 7 more Janma, you will not be purified. Who says? Krishna says. That means I have no escape from this. There is one method to escape. You be the king. You have to run away means you are not the king. Who has done? The person Dharmaputra has done. Then it is a mistake. If you become the king, who has done it? King has done it. For a king killing another king is not right. You understood? If you are an individual doing, assume Shankaran is a police. Yesterday he came. Shankaran is a police. Shankaran can beat a thief. When there is a public problem, he can beat people. Correct? But assume tomorrow he feels like beating somebody. Wherever he meets somebody, he beats. Is it possible? No. Where, when, how, what, among whom, with whom, in front of whom, why, all these decides what is good and what is bad. There is nothing good and bad. There is nothing permitted or not permitted. There is nothing which is should be done, should not be done, is not there. Correct? Where, when, how, what, with whom, in front of whom, all that matters whether it is right or wrong. That's the Bharatiya Dharma, that's true everywhere. The way you react to somebody in US, you cannot react in India. The culture is different, here culture is different. Okay? So that's all.
Sir, when I was leaving home, my mother, I asked one question to my mother that after seeing videos, mother told me that the dream of DrTPS sir is that he should, all the students should be an IAS administrative officer. And I asked my mother that why Shashimar sir is not an IAS officer. I am asking that why are you not even...
See, to pass UPSC exam, you need up to 10th class 100% knowledge. To pass easily. Minimum requirement is that. I was not at all a good student in my childhood. My English is bad. My mathematics was too bad. But when I was passed out my BSc, that's the time when brother became Indian Forest Service. Central government service, no? Indian Forest Service is one of the toughest exam. Probably tougher than or maybe difficult than Indian Administrative Service, because that's all subjects. Same UPSC plus subject is science only.
Plus 2 papers extra for our Indian
Forest Service. So he passed that and he became Forest Service. That time I had a dream that I should become IAS. Then what did I do? I joined for MSc Mathematics in a college. I didn't attend any of the classes. Every day I used to go to library, read, write, make notes, study. As probably she is doing now, maybe 1/5 of that I started putting my effort there. Started reading geography, history, make my own notes, prepared a lot of things. English I improved. All that I did. But then I have to shift that college to some other college. I shifted to Cochin University, thinking that is a better university. I get a better library and all that. In the first exam in MSc Mathematics, I got 0 out of 25. If there are 20 children and I get 0 out of 25, how do you feel? So my department head called me and said, you want to continue or quit? If you want to continue, study maths. If you want to quit, quit. Let somebody else study mathematics. Then I gave him an assurance, don't worry, I will not skip any classes. I will sit in your class, study everything. I want to be mathematics, only mathematics. I will forget about my IAS dream and all for 2 years. So 2 years again gone. Correct? After 2 years, I became an MSc. Then I had two options: take a job and try for IAS. I went to Bombay and got a job. I didn't join there. I got a job in Times of India paper. I thought that's a wonderful place where I can prepare, because paper means I will get a lot of reading and all, no? So that was my second thought on IAS. In between, my friends were attending a lot of PhD Viva interview and all that. Somebody said there is an interview happening in Bangalore, and I didn't have a place to stay in Bombay. I was staying in my sister's house. I thought I will go once again and see all my friends and then tata bye bye to them, and then maybe go back to Bombay. Then I traveled from there to Bangalore. I appeared for an interview along with them for a PhD program. I got PhD. That time, getting a PhD was 900 rupees salary. So that's fellowship. Getting into Times of India was paying me 300 or 400 rupees. And that too I have to stay in my sister's house, Bombay. My brother is supporting me. My father is not there. How long you will disturb your brother? He has to spend money. Then I thought, let me take a bigger fellowship job like a PhD and try parallelly there. But once I got into PhD, my professor was another Simham, bigger lion. He is not a dynamic professor, he is a dynamite professor. And Rudraya. He will only shout. Starting itself is shouting. And he will not leave. Morning he will eat ragi ball. Udda. That he will eat 2 kg. And he will not eat anything in the, no chai for him, no lunch break, nothing there. And he will sit up to 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. After that, what PhD? Well, only PhD or no IAS. So I left IAS and then again thought I will do PhD and then think about. So life has gone like that. So I couldn't do, because of my family background. Perseverance was not there. I don't think my brother or somebody who got into IFS would have told, Shashi, you try, I will support. I would have become IAS. But then, all that is forgotten. I became a scientist. I was very happy as a scientist. Fortunately or unfortunately, I was in cabinet secretariat with all the Indian Police Service, IAS, Indian Postal Service. A lot of people are the revenue service, and I was the deputy director there with a lot of people around me as administrators. So I was much higher than. If I would have become an IPS or IAS, I would not have become that state. I became much more powerful without all this. Correct? So whenever we go for some party and all that, they used to salute and then ask, no, sir, which batch you belongs to? I said, no batch. They don't understand, because they thought I am an IPS fellow. They know that I am not a Army, Air Force, Navy officer. Second option is only IPS. So they thought I am an IPS officer. Got it? So I got all the privilege and power of an IPS officer, equivalent or much higher than that. At that age, I would have been one of the junior most officer who became it. Otherwise, brigadiers and all that 50, 56 and all used to be there. I was at 47, 46. I was into that equivalent position. And we were reporting to cabinet secretary, the highest IAS officer, right? Then the second thought came, I could not become, why not make somebody? Right? That's how I started. And I am not training anybody on IAS. Including this girl is not being trained by me. She teaches many things to me. That's what I thought. Correct? See, yesterday she asked me a question, no? What was the question?
Indian politics, the types of.
Yeah, type of politics. I extemper answered something. Immediately she said the whole syllabus says the same thing only. I never read that book in my life. But see, being in such a place where we have got a lot of contacts, a lot of people thinking, reading newspaper every day, with the basic knowledge, with the concept which we have, most of the things fall in line. So what I am trying to do is make people fit for that, so that you can also think and become like that. That doesn't mean I am making somebody IAS. If she could become a great professor of one of the best universities in the world, that's also good. If you become a good politician and then rule Arunachal Pradesh tomorrow, I am very happy. Got it? You don't have to become only IAS, don't think that is important. And if you become a very good business, we had children who were politicians, son used to come, no? They wanted to get into politics. Somebody wanted to become a drama artist. Somebody wanted to get into acting. We encourage everybody. Somebody want to become a singer, very good, you become a singer. Fine? So it's not IAS only, it's everything, but decide what you want to be. You remember, I don't know whether your batch or some, in Arunachal Pradesh, one of the earlier VKVN was a secretary of energy. And he was not a good speaker, so I was asked to interview him. In an open session, I was interviewing him. Then I asked him, what do you feel becoming an IAS? So bad, yeah, IAS is a very difficult job. All my batchmates who are in IIT, they are making 40 lakhs per month. I am getting only 2 lakhs per month. He said all IAS is waste. That's also possible. So don't think that IAS is very good because you get less salary. Probably if she becomes IAS next year, her salary will become maybe 100 times less than what she is earning today.
My dad already told me.
She is earning more than 100 times an IAS can earn. Got it? But why still I am saying she should write IAS? There is an age limit which you can get into IAS. To become the professor or maybe become a consultant in one of the company, any age you can become. Right? So get IAS, quit and go. I say I don't want. Stupid, I don't want. There are two things. There are people who have got money. There are people who doesn't have money, right? Ullavarum, illathavum. Two category ആണ്. Generally, Marxist people divide them and they say Ullavarum, illathavum. We have got a great poet, Vishnu Narayanan Nambudiri, who is a professor retired and he is in Vaikam temple, he is a priest. He says, in India we have another group which these people doesn't know. Marxist people doesn't know. Undayittu vendathavar. What is it? Undayittu vendathavar. I got it, I don't want. Many people call me, sir, I am now 12th grade student. Very good. Which subject? Biology. Okay. What do you want to be? No, I don't want to become doctor. Did I say that you want to become doctor? No. Then why are you saying, no, doctor I don't want. See, you should say I don't want to become a doctor after getting admission in All India Institute of Medical Science. You tell I don't want to be tech after getting an admission in IIT. Without getting, you know that you will not get. Therefore, what do you do first? I don't want. That's a bad quality. Got it? You must prove that I will get it. Then you throw it. Say I don't want this. That's what is to be done. Okay?
So as a traveler, you travel many places. Which place would you like that? Can you compare with it in India?
Yeah. India, there is a wonderful place. NADUVIL. It's the best place in the world. Have you heard this place in any of the slokas? Naranaingene jenichu bhoomiyil naragavaridi naduvil njan ee naragathil ninne karagettiidanam വാഴും ശിവശംഭോ. ചെറുപ്പത്തിലൊക്കെ പ്രാർത്ഥിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് ഈ നരകത്ത് നിന്ന് എന്നെ ഒന്ന് കൊണ്ടുപോണേ ഭഗവാനെ. പിന്നെ കുറെ കാലം കഴിഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ ഈ നരകത്തിൽ എങ്ങനെ എത്തിക്കണേന്ന് ആലോചിച്ചാൽ. So the world's best place could be where you feel more comfortable, more happy. നിങ്ങളൊന്നും ഇല്ലാത്ത സമയത്തുണ്ടല്ലോ, ആരും കുട്ടികളൊന്നുമില്ല. I will be alone, I will be sleeping there and the whole area, no houses, no light, no power supply, heavy rain. That's a beautiful time in my life. Heavy rain, only dancing. All my poetry contains my Jnanam rain. You must read my Jnanam rain. All the leaves will start dancing. You will get nice reflections. I'll keep enjoying on the top. I keep walking at 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock on the veranda. It's a beautiful time. So it's a place where I love to live. Second, when I go to Arunachal Pradesh, I love that. But every time the struggle of traveling, when I come back, I think I will never go again. But again, next time when there is a call, you will keep going. That's a problem. Like Arunachal Pradesh, going to Arunachal Pradesh is like when you have got itching, scratching. When you are scratching, you enjoy, right? Don't you? Yeah, it's very beautiful. Like that Arunachal Pradesh, when I go, I enjoy. After some time, oh, one day. That becomes a scratch.
സർ ഇന്ത്യയിലെ കേസിൽ നമ്മൾ ഒരു കേസുകളുണ്ടല്ലോ, ഒരുപാട് കാലം എടുത്തു ഒരു കേസിന്റെ വിധി വരുന്നത്. ഇപ്പൊ ലേറ്റസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഏറ്റവും ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയ കേസുകൾ 10 വർഷമൊക്കെ എടുത്തായിരിക്കും വിധി വരുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ ആ സിസ്റ്റം മാറിയില്ലെങ്കിൽ ഈ ലോ ആൻഡ് ഓർഡറിന്റെ പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടാവില്ലേ?
No. See, it's nice to be. Do you want like Afghanistan or in some other places where president is committing some mistake, hang the president?
No.
You want that?
But sometimes
See, Indian system don't listen from somebody and then start making
It's
such
my own
comment.
NGO.
No, never. No, everybody makes this because we had a fast track court which came in Kerala for all the politicians' case. Fast track. What do you want? You want Umman Chandi to be in jail because Sarida wrote a letter against him?
No.
See, you want immediate decision by the court, no?
not immediate decision.
See, that's an immediate decision. Sarida says, I wrote this, and then there is a proof. Everything is cooked up and then made. The court needs some time to decide. There are a lot of cases. It takes 140 people to be questioned sometime to prove the case. So it's not one day. And the judge has to look at three bench member, 2 bench member, 1 bench member, single judge. So many things are there, na?
ചിലപ്പോൾ ഈ ഇന്നസെന്റ് ആണെന്നുള്ള ആൾക്കാർ കുറെ കാലം വിചാരണയ്ക്ക് ഒരുപാട് വരാത്തവരാണ്.
Doesn't matter, na? How does it matter? No fire comes without a spark. If at all somebody has been allegation is there could be some reason. And it is not possible to prove somebody that he is wrong or right. And jail is a good place now. We get nice best chapati. Nice chapati you get. At home they get a better chapati. And jail they get a better chapati. Nice chicken biryani they get.
Recently we had a video of the Shashikala, a leader in Tamil Nadu.
See, they are all bogus people actually, no?
All the actually in the
See,
jail.
they deserve it because they have money. But you understand, assume you are a rich person. Even if you get all the facility, don't you think that heartbeat will be more?
Yes.
Correct or not? So what matters? Your physical comfort having 2 cushion chair is more important or your heartbeat change is more important? That's it. Suppose you are in a case where you are hijacking somebody and then you are in a jail, you have less heartbeat. But Dilip will have double heartbeat because every day he is spending in the jail is how much money is lost. If he is acting, he would have got 10 lakhs per day. Correct or not?
Yes.
So every day, 1 year he is spending in jail means he lost 5 crores or 10 crores. Is it not a big punishment? Though he is staying in a very comfortable state. When you stay in jail, how much is the loss? Nothing. You are getting profit of chapati. Otherwise, your father has to pay. You are getting free chapati. It is better. Your father also will say, "Let him go to jail." No, I'll be very happy. Every B.Tech people should go to jail if they don't get a job.
Punishment system.
See, that's what I'm saying. I'll tell you the other way. You are in Dubai, Sharjah, all the UAE country. You cross the road where you are not supposed to cross, 200 dirhams punishment. You want that to be in India? Or put in jail. Then India, the whole India has to become a jail. Everybody is inside jail. Correct? And how you have to pay 200 dirhams, you know? 10 dirhams, 20 days you have to pay physically and go and pay. See, the punishment is not 200 dirhams. Punishment is 20 days you have to be in the place where to in the queue and then pay money and then you yourself have to do it. You cannot send somebody else. Here e-payment is enough. You do a mistake, e-payment, you can do it. Or on my behalf she can do it from US. But in Gulf, therefore what will happen? Nobody will cross it without looking everywhere whether the signal is there. Even after 2 signal comes only, we will go, let the 3rd signal come. By mistake it should not happen, no? And assume I am a tourist there on behalf of somebody's visa I came. If I am not paying, he will be caught. Correct? Every mistake the sponsor is responsible. So there is a lot of responsibility. Here, nobody is responsible. You want that to be in India? Difficult to better, don't create problems. So it's not that simple. The Papatan was driving to Taliparamba. One day he got a message, 30 times he violated overspeed. Not once, 30 times. The police has sent a message only together. They were keeping it for a long time. Now you have to sell your car or not? Throw it to pay the money. 30 times multiplied by. Correct. What is to be done? He paid 1 or 2. Rest he didn't pay. He said, when somebody asks, I'll say I paid. No? The police also will say, okay. We don't know. No? Police doesn't have a electronic system check which one is paid, which is not paid. How many are there? No? They will only have something. Always do that. It's all part of our life.
Not there in Hyderabad. Like, they'll check how many are paid.
Sir, Indian education systemത്തിൽ റിസർവേഷൻ വന്നതുകൊണ്ട് ആൾക്കാർക്ക് ഗെയിൻ ആണോ അതോ ലോസ് ആണോ?
ആൾക്കാർക്ക് ഗെയിനും ചിലർക്ക് ദോഷവും. If I am a SC ST, it's a gain for me. It's good, no? Because they are all suffered for long years. They want to come up in society. There is a reservation required. But because I have reserved 30% to some lower caste, 70% is good enough now. Why are you not getting? Because you don't have merit. Even if it is 100% also, you will not get. If 100% seats are for you, and if you are getting, I am sure if 30%, 70% is there, you will still get. Got it? So people find fault with reservation because they don't have merit. Don't find fault with reservations because it's part. We know people. Now I am Karthya, come here. Karthya belongs to a SC. SC alla? Correct? Karthya belongs to an SC. I am 100% sure Karthya പഠിക്കുന്ന അത്ര തന്നെ ചിലപ്പോൾ രാമസേട്ടനും പഠിക്കുന്നുണ്ടാവും, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കാർത്തിയ ആയിരിക്കും രാമസേട്ടനെക്കാളും പഠിപ്പധികം. She was a better student than my cousin brother. They all classmates. She couldn't study further. കാർത്തിക് എന്തുകൊണ്ട് പുറത്തു പോയിട്ട് പഠിക്കാനും എന്തുകൊണ്ട് ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്യാനും പറ്റില്ല? ബിക്കോസ് ഷീ ബിലോങ്സ് ടു ദാറ്റ് കാസ്റ്റ്. അച്ഛൻ അമ്മയും ആ ബാക്ക്ഗ്രൗണ്ടും എല്ലാം ആയതുകൊണ്ട് ഷീ ഗോട്ട് മാരീഡ് വെൻ ഷി വാസ് 8th grade. 8th standard.
30 years.
മനസ്സിലായോ? You want the generation to be like that throughout their life, throughout next generation? Don't you think they have to improve? That is not our problem. There are a lot of people misusing this. Correct? There are a lot of people misusing it. That's only where we have to catch. Converted Christians are considered to be SC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? In my college, when I was doing MBA, 23 people are in SC. All their names are Pakka Hindu names.
Yes.
And they go to temple and pray. I asked, why are you Christian? Medicine is given, food is given, and money is given by Christianity, so I am into Christian. No faith. They have no belief in Christianity at all. Just because somebody pays money, somebody gives medicine, free food, don't you think everybody will convert? That's how they are. We had a Jacob who got a job in our office. He every day go to temple. He never goes to church. He got a job, he is happy.
So same is the case with creamy lane also.
That's what I'm saying. See, there is one, recently I went to Kaniyanjal school. Kaniyanjal, ഏതൊരു പ്രൈവറ്റ് സ്കൂൾ. I went to one of the aided school. Aided school പോയ സമയത്ത് my old student who was a Brahmin, Tamil Brahmin, she's a MCom teacher. And I said, how did you get it? No, I converted to Christian, I got a job. Why did you convert? To get a job, I converted. They said, if you convert and come, I will give you a job. So she converted. So this reservation is bad. Understood? Otherwise, there are eligible people like her. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of people who are not even seen a college, no? Not because they don't have merit. They didn't have an opportunity in their life. Their background is bad. I know people who are all very good, but they didn't have an opportunity. I pulled them up. Wherever I could, I pulled them up. Nothing wrong.
Creamy layer should be eliminated or...
See, everything is good. See, it's all understand, all these are done based on the political consensus by the people elected.
Yes.
Correct? Once upon a time, my grandfather would have been a king person here. Do you think I should continue to be that? No, I don't have to be. I don't have to be.
they say if one generation gets reservation, their children don't need reservation.
No, that is not true. It is not. She also would have got reservation. But see, her daughter got a job probably because she is in that creamy. But that younger grandchild is also growing under her control. Na? That mentality will not change. So it needs many generations. Now we have been traveling for last how many? 60 years means 3-4 generations are over. I don't think still it is not clear.
Generation is 10 years, no?
20 years. So you have another maybe 7 more generations should go to remove this problem. That is there in every country. The black people in America, right? All they have the problems.
Hey
Mone, see, I'll tell you, we have a lot of reservation for Christians here. Okay, Muslims get a lot of benefit for going to Makkah. But why do you worry about all that? You have got a lot of temples nearby, go there. You have got a lot of wonderful schools, go there and join. We have got a lot of government schools, go and join there. What is the problem? You got it? We have got a lot of facilities, use them. Use it in the better place instead of blaming somebody else. Just because my neighbor is rich, why should I become unhappy? Yeah? I should also do as much as I can to get my financial background. That's what I should do. So don't worry about, see, this is very, very small percentage. It's not 50%, 100%. No? Still a good person. I'll tell you, with all these reservations, with all this capacity, how many ministers are lower class? How many judges are lower class? How many administrative officers are lower class? Still very less, no?
Yes.
Correct? That is because that's not enough. They have to still improve. But what would have been done, more important would have been the financial condition. There are a lot of people. Recently, one of the Malayalam Manorama newspaper article which came, a person who was a Brahmin who had got lot of land and he was a very kingly person, now living in a rented house, and then without food he had got troubles. Lot of Brahmins are there who doesn't have money. Just because they are in upper caste, they are not able to get any concession. So what is the reservation? You should have minimum 20% reservation based on the financial conditions. But what is finance? Which is the income which comes to you. Correct? Now her വീട്ടിൽ എത്ര പേര് തെയ്യം കെട്ടും?
എത്ര വീട്ടില്?
വീട്ടിൽ എത്ര ആൾ തെയ്യം കെട്ടുന്നതാണ്?
എന്റെ 2 മക്കളും അച്ഛനും ആങ്ങളെന്റെ മകനും
5 പേര്. 5 ആൾ തെയ്യം കെട്ടണം. 5 people are തെയ്യം artists. You know 5 people in one of the season how much they earn? ഓരോരാൾക്കും 1 ലക്ഷം രൂപ മിനിമം കിട്ടുമല്ലോ. 5 lakhs rupees which comes without tax. Correct? But if I do something, if I get some money from one school where I give a lecture for one day, I get 10,000 rupees. If her son does this drama, they get 50,000 rupees without tax. So who is paid less? An educated upper class is paid less than uneducated lower class. But I have no reservation because even if they are paid 20 lakhs, they cannot reach into my level, I know. You understood?
Yes, sir.
Their 2 generations also will not be able to do that. Correct? Now you look at the people who have gone abroad, who have been settled abroad, who have been in good positions. All of them would have been at a higher class, either politically higher or economically higher or, correct?
Yes.
Educationally higher. So there are people without these. If there are some people, you must support. That's only. Yeah. Raw was a, see, raw office is, there are a lot of, raw has got a different activity. One is signal intelligence. When somebody telephones, tap it, catch them. The another one is send people to different village and find out what they are doing. Physically people will be sent to different countries. My job was using satellite image, spy them, what is happening there. And we give this information to that. So Kargil war and Naypyidaw settlement of the new that was all happened during my time in that place. Which is, what is Naypyidaw?
Myanmar capital.
Myanmar capital. Myanmar is a place where the country where the capital is Naypyidaw now. Okay. So during that construction, I was monitoring that. So many such small instances, what happened somewhere else, we keep monitoring. So it's like more like a file job.
സാറിന് എന്താ IS ആയാലും IAS ആയാലും പണ്ട് ചൈൽഡ്ഹുഡിലെ ഇൻസ്പിറേഷൻ തന്നെ ആയിരിക്കും
ആരുമില്ല മോനെ.
ഒരു മോട്ടിവേഷൻ.
I am from a small village. What is motivation?
അതെന്നാലും ഒരു ലെവല്.
No, those thinking has never come until I passed my MSc. After passing MSc, I said I want to become like my brother, right? So my brother would have been one motivation where I wanted to do something. But then that did not stay. I joined as per MSc. After that, I went for PhD. I went for something. We are just flowing. Because unlike now today most of the people, you want to have a good job, which gets good money, good status. In our childhood, we never wanted good money, good status, nothing. We were passionate about living, learning, enjoying, driving. Which grade you are in? 10th grade. 10th grade and all, I used to drive jeep here. I used to drive jeep. I used to go and do all the work. അല്ലേ എന്തെല്ലാം ഏത് മരത്തിലും കയറും, കുറെ പശുവിനെ നോക്കും.
വണ്ടി എടുത്ത് വരും, എവിടെയും വെക്കും. ഡ്രൈവിംഗ് പഠിക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യത്തിന് വണ്ടി നമ്മൾ ലോക്കൊന്നുമില്ല.
നടുവിൽ is a place of up and down. So anywhere if you park the jeep, they don't have a chavi. Chavi is not there, but you can change the gear because they don't lock it. Jeep is open. So what I will do is I will see a jeep, I will put it into neutral gear. Either the vehicle will go back or front, I don't care. Fine? So I will drive. So sometimes somebody would have kept there, he went for market buying something or meet somebody else. If I am going, I will jump into that, change the gear, move. I don't know how to drive. I never drove, but that's how I drove. And then wherever it goes, from there it comes up to here. When I come here, I will stop it, change the gear, put it there and then walk and come here. If they are not seeing the vehicle, they will know, oh, Shashi Kumar has gone this side. That's it. That was my identity. Yeah, that's what I do. Very simple, no? I was a very good boy. Eh? If somebody kept a cycle there, I will sit there, drive it and go wherever I want to go, put it there and go. I remember Panchayat secretary or somebody. Panchayat secretary had a cycle and he was standing. I took his cycle and went home. And he kept cycle is not there. And it was like that. Assume I wanted to put a nail here. Hammer is not there. His house hammer is not seen or stone is not seen, I will just run. And there used to be a goldsmith. Goldsmith will do his job, you know. I will go and snatch his hammer and then run. I will finish my job, throw it there. Let him come and pick it up. That's my his problem. We didn't have a road. We had only a small path. Only one person can go. If somebody else comes, we have to side like this. Very difficult. We will hit them. So here I will put first gear, and there was a muttam, and then we have to go up and then climb down. The step was different. So from here I will start in neutral gear. We can change my gear. And then will be that. That's it. That's it. It so happened I was in 8th grade. I had got a Malayalam teacher whom I don't like. So we were on a top hill. We had to go down. So I saw him coming. So I changed my gear, third gear. Hit him and then he was taken to roll. Then he woke up. I am not there. I went another gear. But they all know it's me. Because there is no other boy who can do this. So we had a lot of fun. In my childhood, there was some teacher, no? I had eye problem. That time I was not tested. Even if it is tested 2 days only, it will stay. Third day, I will break it. Somebody will hit me or I will hit somebody and then my specs is gone. My brother used to scold all the time. But then I will have to sit in the front bench because I have to see the board, no? Short sight. So I will sit like this. So there was some teacher who comes and lay down. Generally, the teachers have this habit, no? They do like this and stand in the front way. It was so boring to see her stomach all the time. So, what I did was we have ink pen, no?
Yeah.
I put the ink there. So she came and did at the time. What not? I've done everything. And most of the time when I get I want something to eat, something to buy, I don't have money. What do? Is I'll climb on the arecanut tree, pluck the arecanut tree and then sell it somewhere and then make money. Whose plant I don't know where. Whoever plant, wherever is here is mine. Because the whole area is mine, no? It must have sold it to somebody else. So one day there was a case against me in the school. So I was caught in the assembly and scolded me in front of everybody. I have no problem. I am used to all this. Everybody knows what is the problem. So I used to get a lot of scolding like that for theft from somewhere else. Everything I did. Not a big issue at all. We had a bigger thief. What a Vijayan. Sridharanda Bharyan. We have got another cousin of mine who is my father's cousin's son. He is a much better one. He has got you have the hollow of this thing, no? The packing material cover. Oh. So we have got, you have seen the house, we have got a Nalapatayam. There is a box sort of a thing which you have got wooden both sides, no? You know the other side? Piche kya hai? The back is only this wall. Ground is only ground. Assume you have got something on the ground floor like that. Upstairs is difficult. Ground floor, we have something there. This side is wooden, that side is wooden. What is the other back? Wall only, right? So I had a good cousin of mine. We made a hole there. And then put a pipe there. And then put a cork. And this used to be filled with this thing, pepper. So whenever we want money, remove this, pepper money will come. So I used to collect some 2-3 kg, put the cork, that's enough for us. We'll sell it in the shop. Minimum BD and all that, you know. So I used to smoke when I was at 7th grade, I started smoking. 7th grade I was smoking. We used to go for movies. All that is done. All my quota in my life is over. So I enjoyed my life at your age. Don't enjoy, yeah? No. See, all that is fine. You know Shankaran, who came yesterday, no? The police. I love the fragrant smell Elanyipu. Even now, we have planted a few. And Shankaran's house, there was a big Elanyi and then it used to give flower. Flower is very beautiful smell. Beautiful, and they make mala. Big mala. And I love such malas. Even now, you know, I have malas. So I used to have that mala. And I used to Shankaran's house, it is there. I said, Shankaran, get it. What do we give in return? Barter system, more to barter system. So I used to give the tamarind or something else we will give. But after a few days, he said, no, I don't want all this. You must give something different, more costlier. Then only I will give you. You know what did I do? I took my mother's locket and then gave it to him. For a flower mala, I gave golden locket. Definitely Shankaran would have given back to his mother evening, because something different costly. Evening mother came and then returned back to my mother. And then only my mother knew, because we have a box which we can open, anybody can open. She puts money inside. All that I know where she is putting. So I have stolen from my mother. Very natural, no? Beautiful place. Right? Yeah, my brother bait me once for reading novel. Yesterday Balakshnatar came, no? Yes. He bait me for reading novel. What did I do? I ran away from the house. Fine? If a son of 8th grade whose father died in the childhood run away from the house, and the brother is responsible for that, for beating and all that, that too for reading a book, what the public, relatives, everybody will say? Everybody will scold my brother, right? Correct or not? You are responsible. Why did you do that? He's a young boy, he's a good son, he is a very good, and all that everybody will say. Though I am not good, everybody will say like that, right? You know what did I do? I ran away, but I was hiding inside my house on top to listen all this. That's the best enjoyment. Correct. It's a big house, no? I know when mother goes, I will go inside and drink something and go again. 3 days I stayed on top. I was in 7th or 8th. 8th class. In between, I used to go and stay. If somebody is coming upstairs, I will know. This is the time when mother comes up. That time I will run away from. I will remove that tie and jump on top and then jump from back. And then go to some tree and then stay on the top of the tree. I know if I go on the ground, somebody will catch me. Correct? So I will never be on ground. Either on some tree or on top of this house. Good life, yeah. Muhammad Ali try it. Our childhood enjoyment, beside his house was wonderful place. At least once in 3 times in a week, somebody will commit suicide. Many people will hang and then it's so enjoyment to see how hanging people, they scratch their legs. It will be totally blood. And somebody will jump in the they jump in well, because well is 20-25 feet. Once they jump, the body becomes bits and pieces. So I used to see all that in my childhood.
Enjoy yourself.
Nothing, it's all chicken, mutton and all is same. People also the same. Everything is blood and chicken, mutton. Now when you eat, you must remember all this. When you eat a chicken, that is also blood, this is also blood. That's also flesh, this is also flesh, right? Once something dies, you call it as shavam, no?
Yes.
Dead body is dead body only. But yes, life, we call it as hen, chicken, mutton and all that. Hen, human being. Once it is died, what do you call? Shavam, dead body. So everything is a dead body. Either human dead body or chicken dead body, makes no difference. Once it has life, it has a quality of a human being, it is called human being. If it is making co sound, it is hen, chicken, right? If it is laughing like you, it's a human being. That's it. And if it looks like this, it's Uma.
If it is silent?
Don't make her violent. She may be silent, but all on a sudden she will become violent. I know Ravindran told the way she behaves at home. Once she becomes violent, you want to know how she will become? You do it. Show.
What?
Show. She is also like that. Show that. Show. We have to keep this. When she become IAS, we should show them. You also, keep. You have to repeat the way she does. That's it. Very simple. She will teach you. Anyway, you
I need the occasion, no? Just like that.
Sit. Sit down. You want to go for camp?
Yes.
No, don't go.
I will go.
Don't go. Don't go. What Shashi Kumar, stupid fellow? You don't know anything. I know everything. I will teach you. Why are you going for camp? No more camp. I'll tell you. No, I said. Don't go for camp. If you go for camp, don't come back to my house. No, I will not allow you. Your passport will be hijacked. You cannot go back. You do that, no? No, then for you I will tell you. I will send you to Shashi Kumar. Or here is the other way. Ravindran told me I am sending you to. You got angry? Got angry or not? Little. മിണ്ടില്ല അച്ഛനോട് പറഞ്ഞില്ലയോ എൻ്റെ അടുത്തുണ്ട് സംഭവം ഫുള്ളുണ്ട് റെക്കോർഡ് ചെയ്തത് പറഞ്ഞില്ലയോ And you got angry with her also? Why did she agree? She should not have said, she should have said, no, I should have taken that as a reason and said, no, that. Correct, no? Yeah, I know. Whatever goes inside your house, I will know. മുഖം കണ്ട അറിയില്ലേ മോളെ പച്ചനെ കണ്ടിട്ട് മോൻ വിളിച്ച് പറയല്ല ആണല്ലോ You didn't tell. I was only guessing and it becomes perfect. No communication from your father. Don't worry. Nothing else. Okay? വലിയപ്പ കഥ ചോദിക്കാനുണ്ടോ? ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റിംഗ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള പ്രോജക്ട് രാജീവ് ഗാന്ധി അസാസിനേഷൻ കേസ്, കാർഗിൽ വാർ. Okay.
Sir, അതിനെക്കുറിച്ച് കുറച്ച്
No, image processing is my job. When you have got images which are not clear, I can make it clear. That's my job. So either from satellite or from normal picture. So Kargil war, they don't know. And Veerappana pidikkanalla map now. The Veerappana has to be caught. They need maps of all the roads inside. So I made the map. So I was responsible. IP idile Sri Lanka LTT complete map and I could tell. So I made maps of whole Sri Lanka. Full Sri Lankan maps I made. And that was very hectic. We made maps in 3 months, 2 months. So we had to work whole night, day and night. And we had to print them, pack them, send it to the government. From there it goes to our soldiers on the ground. So I made so many maps, which are all really used in the war. Good enough? Appa sandosham.
മക്കളെല്ലാവരോടും കണ്ടതിൽ സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്.
ഒരു ലഡു ലഡു ചോക്ലേറ്റ്. Take some chocolate. ലഡു കഴിച്ചു ചോക്ലേറ്റ് കൊണ്ടുപോയി. ഓർ നല്ലതാണ് വേണ്ടതാണ്.